I'm unbeatable, I'm unbeatable, I'm unbeatable.
I'm unbeatable. Couple minutes no score. Every time they wanna clash, the winners kicking through the door. I am unbeatable. Chances running out of stock, and we're running out the clock. I fail once, never stop. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah.
Good evening and welcome to the British Basketball League YouTube channel. We've got two games for you this Friday. Tipping off in about 20 minutes is the Leicester Riders against the Sheffield Sharks, but stay right here as the Plymouth City Patriots host the Newcastle Eagles. Newcastle are 3-0 up in the series, but they have travelled over 400 miles to the pavilions to take on the Patriots, who were left heartbroken, losing by just 2 points to Surrey last week. Calling this one is Joel Osborne. He's alongside Manchester giant Evan Walsh.
Thanks, Jeanette. Yes, hello, welcome to Friday Night Hoops in the British Basketball League as the Plymouth City Patriots host the Newcastle Eagles live from the Plymouth Pavilions. Very warm welcome to you at home. Joel Osborne here, and I'm very pleased to say that joining me tonight is a very special guest indeed. One of the most exciting British players in the league right now. It is none other than Manchester Giants star Evan Walsh. And Evan, first of all, welcome to the commentary team here tonight. What kind of matchup are you expecting between these two teams today?
Yeah, thank you for having me, and yeah, I'm looking forward to a high-scoring game and also, you know, a do-or-die attitude by the Plymouth City Patriots.
Well, let's take you to tonight's starting lineup, starting with the home side, the Plymouth City Patriots, and no real surprises here for Coach Paul James. This is the usual starting five he tends to go with. Mason Faulkner is out tonight through injury. As we look at the starting five for the Newcastle Eagles and Coach Mark Stoutel, Jordan Johnson, Ricky McGill and Larry Austin, that three-headed backcourt machine for the Eagles alongside Taj Green and Darius Defoe. Well, Evan, it's time for us to take a look at your ones to watch coming into this one. And TJ Atwood, he's been a standout player in the league since joining the Patriots.
Yeah, no doubt. TJ Atwood is a mainstay for this Plymouth City Patriots team. And yeah, you can see on the screen, 159 field goals made. That's the most in the whole league this year.
On the other end of the court, Taj Green, he had a big game the last time these two teams met.
Yeah, no doubt. Taj Green is an absolute animal. You know, every day he comes from the beginning to the end. So yeah, great to see him play.
Well, we're all set for tip-off. It's Newcastle versus Plymouth, and tip-off is next.
So on the table tonight we have Turtle and Lindsay Christopher, and our statisticians tonight are Chris and the third and most important team on the floor tonight, the referees, Edward Uliaski, Tahira and Ian Spira.
Welcome back to Plymouth, where we're all set for tip-off between the Plymouth City Patriots and the Newcastle Eagles. This is the fourth meeting of the regular season between these two teams. The Newcastle Eagles coming out on top on all three occasions between these two sides. And Evan, we were talking off air, but you look at Plymouth City Patriots, they're a team that if they want to make this playoffs at the end of the season, now is the time for them to sort of put together some wins.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. You know, the time is running out for the Plymouth City Patriots here, and these home games are more important than ever.
Well, it's going to be Taj Green and Spencer Levi to both go up for the opening jump ball, which is won by the Newcastle Eagles, and they will get the first possession of this game. Austin looking to go downhill, all the way to the basket, can't get the layup to go, and it's rebounded by the Patriots. Dusha, top to Atwood. Atwood looking to drive inside, pulls up for a mid-range two is short, and it trickles out of play for a Plymouth ball.
Yeah, tough start for the Plymouth City Patriots. You know, you want to get more of an open shot than that, but yeah, good spot for him.
Of course, this is the first of two home games this week for Plymouth. They faced Leicester Riders on Sunday for a 3 p.m. tip-off. Here's LVC Dusha. Shot clock down to 3 seconds here. They have to get a shot up. And they realised how long was on the shot clock, and it's stolen away by the Eagles.
Not the way you want to start the game for the Plymouth City Patriots. You know, turnover late in the clock and, yeah, get Newcastle out to run.
Here's Jordan Johnson. Screen comes from Defoe. Defoe at the elbow. He likes that shot, and nothing but net. That is textbook Darius Defoe.
That is his spot. If you know Darius Defoe, you know he's never going to miss those.
Certainly made a career out of it. Mid-range two, Maestro. Earns himself 27 pieces of British Basketball League silverware. I mean, that's just incredible, the longevity of Darius Defoe's career.
Mr. 27.
Here is Wiley. Fade away from the elbow, rattles around and gets the drop.
Yeah, I mean, Wiley loves that sort of space, you know, that mid-range sort of area. He really excels. He can shoot over a lot of people, so it's a good spot for him.
All tied up at 2 points apiece. Ball goes into Defoe. Ends up turning it over. Here comes Plymouth in transition. Hart, deep three ball on the way. Overcooks the triple. Offensive rebound by Wiley, and he puts it in.
You know, that's a good look for Joe Hart. Stepping into a three, that guy is a three-point threat, but great offensive rebound there from Wiley.
Well, Plymouth are the third best offensive rebounding team in the league this season, and that certainly will be a key to them coming out on top. Nice move by Defoe at the other end.
Johnson just making a nuisance of himself. If he's not scoring, he's definitely assisting somebody.
Levi hands off with Dusha. Ball into Wiley again. His mid-range two is short, and again Plymouth crashing the offensive glass.
Levi, he's another league leader in rebounds.
Mid-range two is good, and Atwood drains it.
Great hustle there from the Plymouth City Patriots, getting extra possession and a wide open shot from Atwood.
Johnson calls for the screen from Defoe, looking to go baseline. Great pass, and Larry Austin finishes.
Yeah, you can't lose him. Even though he's not a three-point threat, you can't turn your head and let him get that backdoor cut on you.
Certainly three of the best backcourt players in the British Basketball League this season, in that sort of three-headed monster of the Newcastle Eagles backcourt. I mean, as a player yourself, how difficult is it to play against that backcourt of Newcastle?
Yeah, you know, they're so dynamic, they're so quick. You've got Johnson and McGill just really light on their feet, and then the strength of Austin, you know, he's such a good offensive threat going downhill and really hard to keep off the boards at times.
Well, Joe Hart will earn himself a trip to the free throw line for the Patriots. He's 50% on the season. Doesn't get to the foul line too often this season.
A number that you don't expect to see from a shooter like Joe Hart. Normally free throws are a direct representation of how well you can shoot the ball, but see here.
Well, he's right on average that time.
There it is.
Goes 1 for 2 from the line. Here comes Newcastle the other way. McGill. Again calling for a screen from Defoe. Nice in and out dribble. Ricky McGill with a step back two, knocks it down.
Sore sight if you're the Plymouth City Patriots here. You don't want someone like McGill seeing his first shot go in.
Of course, McGill used to play his basketball down here in Plymouth. Big fan favourite with the Plymouth Raiders a number of years ago. Part of that team that finished third in the British Basketball League during the lockdown season.
Yeah, I'm sure he feels extremely comfortable in this gym.
Joe Hart's corner three ball knocks it down. And that's a player certainly feels comfortable shooting the ball from out there.
Yeah, no doubt he missed his first one, but don't let him get the second one off because it's a good chance it's going in.
Well, it's been a strong start for Plymouth. They have an early 2-point lead here, and they've been able to compete with a lot of teams. You know, they've made a lot of changes in their roster in recent weeks, but they've started to really compete with teams down the stretch and just not quite able to get over the line.
Yeah, I mean, they're an extremely resilient bunch. You know, they've got some really hard-headed guys on that roster, but yeah, it seems as though that they just have lapses of concentration in their games, and maybe, you know, that leaves them short a couple of times.
They're coming in off a 2-point loss away to Surrey Scorchers last weekend. As Levi's hook shot is good.
Tough shot there by Levi. You know, keeping him out of the paint is important for them. I don't think I've seen him shoot a shot outside of that D-ed area. Great hook from him.
Certainly, as a player, likes to get his points in and around the basket. Ball trickles over the top of the backboard, and once again, it'll go back to Plymouth City Patriots.
Yeah, and that's what you've got to do if you're the Plymouth City Patriots. You've got to keep the likes of Johnson and McGill out of the paint. Obviously, they are three-point threats, but if you can force them into contested mid-range twos, I think you're very happy with that defense.
And this is a Newcastle team that certainly likes to get up and down the court. They like to get points in transition, and as a transition player yourself, I'm sure you can really appreciate that.
Yeah, the direct nature of the way these guys play is impressive. You know, as soon as they see a gap, they'll take it, and yeah, don't give them any space on the perimeter because some of them are lights-out shooters.
Here's Levi once again. Nice pass to Atwood. Couldn't quite get hold of it. Has to fade away with the shot clock winding down, and he puts it in for two.
Yeah, Atwood's touch in that 2-point mid-range is excellent, actually, you know, and can't give him that space.
Darius Defoe again from mid-range. He can't get it to go. Momentum with Plymouth City Patriots right now. Locked up and thrown down. Wiley jams it in.
Wiley, the high flyer. Don't lose him in transition.
A timeout's called on the floor. We're back with you after this short break. Plymouth City Patriots. Welcome back to Plymouth, where the Patriots are on a 9-0 run going into the last timeout. And Evan, we spoke about LVC Douche's ability to pass the ball. 3 assists already for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's absolutely running the break, like an absolute general, and put that one right on a plate.
8-point lead for the hometown Patriots. Of course, long trip for Newcastle. Tonight is another game in their busy schedule. Coming off a 6-point win on Tuesday night in the European North Basketball League, and again it's stolen away by Plymouth. Oh, stolen back by Newcastle though, and Larry Austin puts it in and count it.
That is what he does. He's a nuisance on the defensive end. You've got to always see him.
He's a player that likes to get his hand in around the guards, and you see it there just paying off for him. And he's one of the best finishers in the British Basketball League as well.
He's so strong, you know, he uses his body extremely well, and he knows where the contact is. He knows to go for your hips and your shoulders where the defense isn't legal, so it's a great move from him.
Well, Larry Austin at the line. He had 12 points and 9 rebounds the last time these two teams met. Of course, big move for him over the summer, joining the Newcastle Eagles. He was a fan favourite with the Cheshire Phoenix, a big part of that team that went to back-to-back trophy finals as well, and then making that move to the Northeast in the summer. One of the signings of the off-season, biggest names to move around the league.
Yeah, no doubt. You know, with that move comes a lot of pressure. You know, this Newcastle team have sort of stacked up their roster with a lot of BBL talent that has been around the league for a while. So for him to start the season slowly, he's really trying to find his feet now, and he's really being effective in this team.
Well, timeout's called on the floor. Both teams looking to talk things through. It's Plymouth with that early lead. And Evan, we spoke about the busy schedule for Newcastle, but of course, this is one of their longest trips of the season as well. You know, making that journey down to Plymouth. And what can that be like as a player, you know, being on the bus all day and then having to go out there and perform?
Yeah, I mean, regardless if you're taking the train, if you're on a bus, maybe you fly. They're long days, you know, they're very long days. And by the time you reach the court, you've maybe got an hour and a half, 2 hours to warm up. And the way that your adrenaline works, it's harder to channel that energy sometimes if you're traveling for a long time. So for this Newcastle team that started a little bit slowly, I'm sure they're finding their feet in this game, and I'm sure it's just a matter of time before they kick into gear.
And of course, it's a unique atmosphere down at the pavilions, not quite like any of the other teams in the league. Very much feels, you know, you're in a theatre, the lights are off on the audience. What can that be like as a player?
Yeah, Plymouth is extremely unique when you go down there. If you've had the privilege to play down there, you know, the atmosphere is it's a tough one to play in. You know, the fans are very passionate, they're very loud, and yeah, the noise sort of just creeps in on top of you sometimes.
Well, they certainly love their basketball down in Plymouth. Big packed house tonight at the pavilions. Another packed house on Sunday. Here is McGill. Ward Hibbert into the game for the first time. Calls for a screen from Delpesh. He's also checked into the game. Ward Hibbert to the basket. Nice move, but can't get the finish.
High energy defense there from the Plymouth City Patriots. You see Levi switch out onto him and still manage to keep him in front of him.
Dusha, top to Wiley. Wiley puts it on the floor. Guarded closely by Green. Back out to Dusha. Shot clock down to 6. Atwood in the lane. His turnaround hook is short. And here come the Newcastle Eagles. McGill, pull-up three-pointer. All goes in and out. And back to the Patriots.
I'm sure that one felt good coming out of his hand. It just trickled out of the basket at that very last minute.
Inside 3.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Great pass into Levi, and he somehow gets the tip in to go.
That's a persistent man right there, leading the league in rebounds for a reason.
It's going to be a foul called on the floor, so we'll send Larry Austin back to the free throw line. And Evan, this is a team that is able to get to the foul line. You mean, talk about players like Jordan Johnson, one of the most fouled players in the league, Larry Austin as well. They earn their trips to the free throw line.
No doubt, they're so direct. You know, Austin in a different way to Johnson normally. Johnson's more light on his feet, uses the Euro step, uses a little gather step sometimes, but you know that Austin is really, really difficult to deal with. And as a defender, when you're in transition, moving backwards and maybe you're moving sideways sometimes, you don't know how to quite defend that. Do you try and get your body in the way? Do you try and swipe with the ball? And yeah, it makes it a really difficult decision for the referees to make, because where do you find yourself legal in those transition situations?
Larry Austin makes the first foul shot. He's a 67% free throw shooter on the season.
You'd like to take your chances fouling Austin in transition, thinking that he's got to earn those two at the line, but yeah, there you go.
There you go, right on cue there. You called it, Evan. And the ball trickles out of play for a Plymouth ball.
Great start here from Plymouth. Let's see if they can really close out this quarter strong with 3 minutes to go.
Well, Taj Green has re-entered the game for Plymouth. Larry Austin takes a seat after missing that free throw. With 3 minutes and change to go in the first, the home fans will certainly be pleased with their team's performance so far.
Yeah, no doubt. It'll be interesting to see how Whitfield and Ward Hibbert can really affect this game. If you have a game where, you know, energy might be a bit low, these players also here kind of spark their energy for the away team.
Well, last touched by the Patriots, so Newcastle Eagles will get this one back. And of course, with the returning players from injury, I mean, we saw Will Neighbour return from injury in the midweek. Oh, three-pointer is up from Spencer, no good. And the rebound secured by Plymouth. Of course, players returning from injury for this Newcastle Eagles team, probably the deepest we've seen them in quite some time.
Yeah, they're poised for a very, very strong end of the season run here. You know, Scott Spencer, Whitfield and Will Neighbour all coming back from injury in the last couple of weeks.
Well, it's blocked by Delpesh at one end, and then rookie McGill out in transition, lays it in for two.
Yeah, sloppy offense there from the Plymouth City Patriots. If that trend continues, they'll struggle.
They've cut it down to a 4-point game here, just over 2 minutes to go in the first. Copeland mid-range two from the foul line and drains it.
Yeah, and he's someone that the Plymouth City Patriots are going to need to have a big game to have a chance of winning this one here.
6'7" wing out of Austin Peay State University. They played a few games with this Patriots team, but great signs from him so far. Dusha. Dangakodo. Back top to Dusha. Shot clock at 10. Screen comes from Wiley. Rolling to the basket. Dangakodo. Great pass into Wiley, who jams it in with the two hands.
That's his bread and butter. You can't leave him. He's going to jam it home every time.
He is a player that likes to get up and above the rim on both ends of the court. You know, you see it on the offensive end, getting above the rim, but also does it on the defensive end too.
Yeah, he can be a bit of a matchup nightmare sometimes when he moves to the 5. Levi comes out the game.
Well, he certainly is a highlight maker at the Plymouth City Patriots. And he is a fan favourite. There you see the rebounding stat on your screen, and we spoke about the offensive rebounding ability of Plymouth City Patriots. Just 3 defensive rebounds, and there you see it. 4 offensive rebounds for Plymouth right now.
Yeah, they're really going to the glass hard. You know, I think they're just in the right space at the right time. The likes of Levi, the likes of Wiley, they have a nose. They have a nose for it, you know, and sometimes that's all it takes. Right spot, right time.
Well, they've turned those 4 offensive rebounds into 6 second chance points so far, and usually it's a good return when you average around 1 point per offensive rebound. So certainly getting the job done on the glass tonight for Coach Paul James, and he surely has to be happy about that.
Yeah, you know, and those sorts of stats are right where we said, if it's that do or die attitude, you know, offensive rebounds are one of those things that, like, if you're really going after it, you're really locked into the game, offensive rebounds are going to come to you because you're just in the right spot.
Well, Coach Mark Stoutel just talking to the officials. Of course, this is the last week before the international break. Well, he'll be taking charge of the GB national team. He announced the squads for that this week as well.
Did indeed. Shout out to all my fellow Brits that made the squad. Congratulations.
Here's Delpesh. Oh, Whitfield ends up just turning it over.
Shame. Newcastle had Josh Ward Hibbert right in position with Dangakodo on his back. Good execution. Shame the pass didn't get to him.
It's going to be Johnson to inbound. Nice pass into Spencer. Kicks it out to Ward Hibbert. Open for 3. Splashes it from downtown.
Yeah, you know, Josh Ward Hibbert isn't known for his 3-point prowess, but he's down for 1 a game. He's got 1. He makes 1 a game, so you can't leave him open.
Here's Dangakodo looking to respond now for Plymouth. Copeland driving in the lane. Great defense by Ward Hibbert. Johnson on the wing for 3. Can't get it to go, but a second chance opportunity for Newcastle. Whitfield open for 3, and they can't convert on their second chance points.
Some good looks for Newcastle there, just couldn't convert.
Well, the fast break, again, Plymouth can't convert in transition at the other end.
Yeah, if you're Plymouth, you really should hope that you would punish a team like that for not getting back.
Delpesh with the hammer, and working that 2-man game for Newcastle.
That's what he does. Jordan Johnson finds him right on a plate.
And when Delpesh is rolling to the basket, he can be an incredibly tough cover for opposing defenses. 4 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Atwood up against Ward Hibbert, fakes it, great footwork, and Atwood finishes. There's still 5 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Johnson has to go to work here, and he puts it up, he puts it in, and count it, as Jordan Johnson beats the buzzer, and that will do it for the end of the first quarter. We got second quarter action after the break. Welcome back to the pavilions. It's been a hot start for the Plymouth City Patriots. They led by as many as 8 points in the first quarter, but Newcastle have done well to chip away at the lead, and it's now just a 2-point game as we start the second period. Atwood now finds Levi. Copeland, top of the three-point line. Atwood looking for his options. Shot clock down to 6. TJ Atwood kicks it out. Copeland puts it on the floor, floats it up and floats it in.
Great touch there by Copeland. What a move.
And Plymouth get the first score of the second quarter. Josh Ward Hibbert, guarded by Green. Screen comes from Spencer. Great defense by Green. Ward Hibbert gets it back, and it's going to be a foul called on the floor.
Yeah, great hustle there to keep the ball alive for the Newcastle Eagles there, and Josh. And that's what he brings to this team, you know, them intangibles, the getting the loose balls, you know, being physical down there.
Certainly is a fan favourite up in the northeast. It's that, like you say, the little things that he does that don't necessarily appear on the stat sheet for Coach Mark Stoutel. Those intangibles are so valuable to this team.
Yeah, no doubt. Josh brings a lot of that to the team, and at this point he brings a lot of veteran leadership. You know, you've got the likes of Darius Defoe, some mainstays in this Newcastle Eagles team, but Josh has been around the league. He's played for all the big hitters, you know. He's played for the Leicester Riders, he's played for the London Lions. He knows how to get it done.
A rebound secured by Copeland. Three-pointer on the way for Plymouth, off the back iron, and it trickles out of play for a Newcastle ball. Now, see Coach Paul James, his side. It would be an incredible win for them tonight. They certainly need it. 4 wins so far on the regular season for them. A win tonight would give them their 5th, and as we say, I'd like to see some urgency in this Plymouth team. If they can pick up some wins here at home during the rest of the regular season, still plenty of time for them to make a playoff push.
Yeah, this Plymouth team, it's now or never, you know. I think they've got to band together and really put in a 40-minute performance here and going forward.
Well, Will Neighbours into the game for the first time. Yeah, 14 points in 13 minutes on Tuesday night in the European North Basketball League. Back from injury. Here's Ward Hibbert to the basket, able to draw the foul, and he will earn a trip to the free throw line.
Yeah, Ward Hibbert shooting 71% from the line of the season. You know, he probably visits the line quite frequently. He's an aggressive driver down that lane, so.
Of course, you spoke about the journey that Ward Hibbert's been on. He had that spell with Leicester Riders, then was a key part of that London Lions squad that went all the way last season. And now finding himself with the Newcastle Eagles, I mean, that he's certainly becoming one of the more experienced players in the league now. Yeah,
I think for him, he's becoming Mr. Reliable. I think he's someone that's so indispensable in a roster. You know, he just does the right thing every time, works hard, and you can't take him away from any roster.
Well, he cuts it down to a 2-point game with 8.5 minutes to go in the half. Here's Wiley. Bit of miscommunication with Dangakodo, but he ends up with it. It's going to be an offensive foul, and the ball will go back to Newcastle.
Yeah, that's a tough one for Dangakodo there. You know, Will Neighbours moving there, but he doesn't really necessarily have, you know, Dangakodo looks like he's out of control, and I think that's what the referee deemed as suitable for a charge.
Of course, Will Neighbour, another player very familiar with the court down here in Plymouth. It's going to be another offensive foul, and this time it's a moving screen against Newcastle.
It's a tough one, you know, in this league, in this day and age, you can't move out of your cylinder. The referees, you know, as soon as they see you sort of drop a little shoulder or move sideways slightly, they won't allow it anymore. So
that is something we've seen the officials really clamp down on in the British Basketball League, especially over the last couple of seasons or so. Just really, you have to ensure the defender is solid on those screens.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, like I said, you can't move those shoulders, and your base can't be too wide. So it's a tough one for sort of bigger guys to sort of set screens these days.
Well, the ball comes off the foot, so the shot clock will be reset to 14 seconds.
Yeah, both teams are shooting a really high percentage from two right now, both over 60%, so staying true to the high-scoring affair that we predicted.
Copeland. Oh, nice pass. Wiley can't convert, and it's last touched by the Newcastle Eagles.
Great stand there from Whitfield. He was vertical the whole time, and Will Neighbour behind there contested too, so very tough to score over two guys.
Dangakodo to inbound. It's going to be a foul called before the ball came in. And Taj Green called for the hold. As you can see it here on the replay.
Yeah, I think the refs were sitting on that one right from the go. You know, right before the ball was even entered, they were touching hands, though, linking up. So it's difficult for the ref not to call a foul there.
Well, now they called a travelling violation against Elvisi Dusha, and just a couple of careless mistakes from both teams over the last couple of possessions or so.
Yeah, some sloppy play there, you know. A bit inexcusable if you're really valuing every single possession in this game. If you're the Plymouth City Patriots, you've got to put 40 minutes together.
Against a team like Newcastle, it's super important not to switch off here, as McGill can't convert on the layup. Another team, slow start to this second period. Again, it's stolen by Newcastle.
More turnovers.
Three-pointer on the way. Ricky McGill, his three can't go. Taj Green on the follow, he can't convert. Third chance opportunity for the big fella, and he puts it in off the glass.
An absolute one-man showdown there. I think there was 4 Plymouth City Patriots players in the key, and Taj still comes up with it.
We are tied up at 26 points apiece. Plymouth led this game by as many as 8 in the first quarter. Copeland on the wing, pulls up for 3, drains the 3. And he is a guy that could get hot in a hurry.
No doubt. Copeland's only been here for 4 games, but he's shooting over 40% from 3 for the Plymouth City Patriots.
Now Johnson's 3 rims out, and once again, here come Plymouth the other way. Dangakoto's wide open, deep 3 ball on the way is short. Another rebound falls to Taj Green.
Yeah, you've got to think you could get maybe a better shot there. You know, he's 3 steps behind the line.
Here's Neighbour, nice backdoor pass. And it's a great finish from Whitfield. Plymouth holding on to that 1-point lead. 6.5 minutes to go in the first half. Wiley rolling to the basket, off the glass, can't convert. Another rebound falls to Newcastle.
Yeah, and here if you're the Patriots, ooh, tough foul there, but I guess you have to give it up. Wiley's still down on the floor, so you've got to limit the transition opportunities for this Newcastle Eagles team.
We spoke about how dangerous Newcastle are out in the fast break in the build-up to this game, and smart foul by Patriots to stop it. I think McGill's looking for a 3-pointer. He's looking to shoot the 3 there, and I think he might have got it in the end.
Ooh, that's a very tough call. Yeah, if you're an offensive player there and you sort of can sense that a foul might be coming, a great idea to try and get it up. And I think the referee's bought it this time, so that's 3 shots from McGill.
Well, Plymouth are in the bonus here, so in the penalty even, so it might even just be 2. Yeah, it is. Oh no, it is 3, say the officials. So Ricky McGill, chance to shoot 3 free throws here, and such a smart play by him to shoot in that situation.
Yeah, just straight instinct, you know, as soon as you feel, you can see it in the defender's eyes sometimes that they're just going to go for the quick take foul, and yeah.
Well, second one no good for Ricky McGill. Of course, these are the fans that used to cheer for him when he used to play for the Plymouth Raiders. And this time they're cheering his missed free throw. Third one is good for Ricky McGill, and he gets his tally up to 7.
Kicking himself on that second miss for him. It's normally 78% from the line. Very uncharacteristic from him.
Here's Levi back in, now finds Dusha. Shot clock at 10. Hart at the 3-point line. Atwood's fighting for it down low. Levi at the elbow, floats it in for 2.
Curse the commentator. I said I didn't see him shoot a shot outside the D the whole year, and he just hit a floater right from the elbow. So great shot from Levi.
Oh, nice backdoor play. And it just drops in for 2 for Larry Ostick. Now Newcastle on top by 1. Levi at the 3-point line, finds Dusha. Screen comes from Atwood. Dusha rolling to the basket, looking inside, ends up with Copeland. Copeland, oh, what a block from Taj Green. And he just dumps it out of bounds.
Yeah, poor spacing there from the Plymouth City Patriots that brought the help defense over there, and Taj Green says, no way.
Certainly one of the most exciting players to watch on the defensive end this season. Seen him swat shots time and time again. 3 block shots now for the Newcastle Eagles. Shot clock was winding down, and the rebound ends up with Newcastle.
That man, Taj Green, doing it all.
It's his 5th rebound of the game now for Newcastle. Ball into Defoe, kicks out to Johnson. Ricky McGill ends up out of bounds on the deck. Here's Defoe backing down. He's got a mismatch, and he likes that one, and can't get it to go for 2. It's stolen again by Newcastle. Here's McGill backing down now, and Johnson will just take it back at the top of the 3-point line. Johnson floats it in for 2.
Yeah, you've got to be upset if you're the Patriots there. Got to keep him out of the lane.
Almost giving Plymouth a taste of their own medicine there, as Copeland puts it in for 2.
Great patience from him. He saw Taj Green come over for another block and gave him the head fake and just stepped through.
Well, 9 points now for Cam Copeland off the bench.
Yeah, you know, he's just getting comfortable in this team. You really think that he's got a lot of skill and can give a lot for this Plymouth City Patriots team in the playoff push.
Of course, they've made a number of changes in recent weeks. Of course, the departure of Taylor Johnson, and then Spencer Levi coming into the team. Now Copeland, and again, as a player, I imagine that can take time to all get on the same page when you've got those moving parts.
Yeah, no doubt. You want to start to feel some comfortability, know how people are going to move, how they're going to cut, where you're going to receive your shots from. And for him, I think he's just warming up, and this is a product of that, no doubt.
I'm certainly starting to see that pay off now, the Plymouth City Patriots. as they approach the business end of the season. It's blocked by Atwood, and it's a 3-on-2 opportunity, and they're looking for the alley-oop, and it just overcooks the pass.
Yeah, tough one. Joe Hart's not known for his playmaking abilities normally, but, you know, Copeland, you know, he looks super athletic. He's long, 6'6", 6'7" out there, and yeah, tough for him not to finish it.
We're back with you after this short break. Welcome back to Plymouth, where Copeland has 11 first-half points coming off the bench for the Patriots. His side holding on to a 1-point lead over the Newcastle Eagles. And Evan, you felt like before that timeout, it was starting to get a bit choppy between these two sides.
Yeah, a couple of turnovers, couple of scrappy plays from each team, and yeah, the scoring sort of slowed down a little bit, but Plymouth will be looking to get back on track here.
Atwood for 3. No good that time. And the rebound falls to Larry Austin. Larry Austin going downhill. And that's exactly what Larry Austin does best.
Yeah, that's where Newcastle can really hurt you. You know, those funny shots that come off the rim, really weird, and long rebounds leave the Patriots in poor defensive transition there.
Well, there's no player better in the open floor in the British Basketball League than Larry Austin. Here's Dusha. Levi calling for it inside. Ends up with Copeland in the end. Great footwork, and it's going to be a shot clock violation. And the ball will go back to the Newcastle Eagles. Yeah, a deflection there kind of gets Patriots out of their way a little bit, and yeah, forces them to lose sight of really the shot clock here, and turnover for them. I think that's turnover number 11 on the game for them. You know, if you're Plymouth, you really need to start looking after the ball better. Getting more shots is really important. Austin out to Defoe, again at the elbow, knocks it down.
Absolutely money, can't leave him there.
He is a player that loves that mid-range jumper, and that time knocks it down with ease. Just over 2 minutes to go in this first half. Going to be a foul called against Newcastle. Be their 4th team foul. And important here, important stretch coming up for both teams. 2 minutes to go in this first half. You feel that whichever team can go on a run here can really take control of this one.
Yeah, no doubt. Great execution there from Plymouth for a wide open 3 from Joe Hart. He's going to be disappointed that he didn't get that one to go.
The rebound ends up with McGill. Whitfield thought about the 3, swings to Austin. Defoe backing down Levi. And Darius Defoe scored the last 4 points for the Newcastle Eagles.
Mr. 27. It's amazing. He's playing 20 minutes a game. At the age he is, he's absolutely killing it.
Oh, nice pass into Atwood. Atwood fading away, gets the friendly roll.
You thought Taj Green did enough there to get him out of the paint, but that's TJ Atwood's money spot right there.
Well, this game is going back and forth. Plymouth led by as many as 8 points in the first quarter. Right now, is a 3-point lead for Newcastle, but it's stolen by Plymouth. 3-ball on the way, drains it, and Atwood knocks it down, and we're tied up at 40 points apiece.
Great execution there by Copeland. It was a 3-on-2 situation, and he had Atwood wide open on the wing.
I think the officials thought there was a timeout called there, so they will take it back to the baseline, as McGill's going to put it in here. Just over a minute to go in the first half. Oh, great defense. And it's going to be a travel against the Newcastle Eagles.
Excellent play there from Joe Hart. Knew exactly where Whitfield was going, knew when he was going to rise up, and managed to tie it up.
Well, Plymouth a chance to retake the lead here inside the final minute of the second quarter. Dusha, guarded by Austin, finds Atwood. Now here's Copeland. Shot clock at 10. Copeland out to Atwood, driving inside. Again, nowhere to go. Good ball movement from Plymouth. And another offensive rebound for them. Shot clock reset to 14. Atwood finds a cutting Joe Hart, and it's blocked by Taj Green.
You've got to always look over your shoulder if you're going in the paint playing against the Newcastle Eagles. Taj Green with another monster rejection.
Well, he just sends it into the front row. Couple of blocks for him so far tonight.
Something that really gets him going too. You know, you can't unleash that beast.
Shot clock winding down, and Dusha has to shoot another block by Taj Green. And it's going to be a 24-second violation.
Back-to-back blocks there from Taj Green. Look at him, he's all teed up right now. Something that Plymouth would not like to see.
He had a huge game the last time these two teams met. Of course, we spoke about him in the build-up to this game. But it's, here he is showing what he can do, not only on the offensive end, but on the defensive end too.
Yeah, he gives you so much, you know. He gives you energy, athleticism, and that composed nature in his offensive end.
5 seconds to go in the first half. Newcastle chance to retake the lead. And it's going to be a foul called, which will send Ricky McGill to the line for 2.
Yeah, great move there from McGill. Got to keep him out of the lane.
Well, after trailing by as many as 8 in the first quarter, Ricky McGill has a chance to send his team into the locker room at half-time with a 2-point lead potentially if he can knock down these free throws. Well, Ricky McGill, of course, we spoke about him in the being a fan favourite with the Plymouth Raiders back when he used to play down in Plymouth during the COVID year. He certainly was an MVP caliber player during that season, averaged almost 28 points a game, as well as leading Plymouth to the trophy final that year as well. This season, second in the league in points per game, averaging just over 18 points, second in the league in assists as well. He's also second in the league in steals, so a player that can get it done at both ends as he knocks down the second. Still 1.4 seconds to go here, and Plymouth will heave from inside their own half court. And that will do it for the end of a back and forth first half. It is Newcastle Eagles with a 2-point lead over the Plymouth City Patriots. We'll have half-time breakdown from Manchester Giants star Evan Walsh right after the break.
So, if you can make your way down to the court, take your shot. If you make it, come and stand on the board of the sticker over here with me. Did you make it? Top man. Did you listen to all those core dimensions of it? So, yeah, pointing out to me by Mr. Walmsley there that NBA court rules and dimensions are different to FIBA. We come under FIBA, so our court length is about a metre shorter than in the NBA, and the three-point line is closer, but not by much. So, if you've made your shot, make your shot corner. You got the Crocs on. We love the Crocs. So come on over to the bubble. Thank you.
Welcome back to Friday Night Hoops in the British Basketball League, where at the halfway point it is Newcastle Eagles with a 2-point lead over the Plymouth City Patriots. I'm joined by Manchester Giants star Evan Walsh to talk you through this one. And Evan, back and forth first half between these two teams.
Yeah, you know, Newcastle have come out a little bit flat. Plymouth sort of took advantage of that, and yeah, luckily for them, they stayed in the game.
Well, let's take a look at the numbers at the halfway point. And Evan, when you look down the stats here, what is it that really stands out for you?
Plymouth have done an incredible job on the boards, out-rebounding their opponents by 11. But unfortunately for them, look, they've got those 12 turnovers, and for a team to play against like Newcastle, you know, you want to limit those turnovers so they can not get out in transition.
Well, look at the three-point shooting as well. I mean, Plymouth just 3 threes, Newcastle just 2. Maybe you'd like to see a few more of those go in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, the Pavilions is a tough place for shooters to play. You know, those rims are a little bit tight. You know, tough place to get some threes. And if you're Plymouth, yeah, you're gonna want to get some more threes to drop in the second half.
Let's take a look at some of the key plays from the first half. And Plymouth City Patriots ran out to an early lead. They led by as many as 8 points in the first quarter. And you felt like Newcastle, it took them a little while to get into this one.
Yeah, their legs might have been a little bit tight off the bus, maybe too long warming up. But yeah, you can see here Plymouth just getting to their spots early on.
And Newcastle Eagles, they rallied their way back into this game. They certainly got to the foul line, but Larry Austin leading the way with 10 points for his side has been a real problem for Plymouth.
Yeah, his direct approach in transition and his bully ball-like style has been a matchup nightmare for Dusha and Hart.
Well, Plymouth certainly put on a show for their home fans. Wiley on the alley-oop, then Larry Austin with that three-point play. And Newcastle getting it done on both ends of the court. We've seen Taj Green with some huge highlight blocks in this first half.
Yeah, their defense definitely fuels their offense. And for someone like Taj Green to have a possession with back-to-back blocks, it's just going to charge him up for the rest of the game.
Which coach do you feel will be the happiest going into this halftime break, do you feel?
I think if you're Paul James, you're going to say, look, we haven't played our best, but we're in the game. If we can play a lot better, and we can take this game to Newcastle right now. Maybe smell some blood and yeah, attack.
Of course, they are on their home court, but important for them not to take their foot off the gas. Plymouth now, don't get complacent. There's still very much a long way to go here.
Yeah, no doubt. 20 minutes of basketball left to play, and you're going to need TJ Atwood and the likes of Cameron Copeland to really step up and yeah, make their presence felt in the second half.
Great stuff. Thanks a lot, Evan. Well, we'll have second half action up for you shortly, but first it's time to take a look at the top 10 plays from last week's action and also highlights from last night's game between the Caledonia Gladiators and the Surrey Scorchers.
Onwas takes it away, and Onwas goes 2 for 2. And the Caledonia Gladiators have certainly got the message from head coach Gareth Murray. They take an early 4-0 lead. Welcome to the league, Emeka Obakwelu, as he gets his first bucket, a nice three-pointer in the British Basketball League.
Here he is.
Got a little bit of speed to him. Andrew Lawrence now with a deep range three, and hits 2 buckets in a row for Lawrence. Quade Green gets his first bucket of the British Basketball League. Outlet pass, and he knows exactly what to do to it. Paddy Wang goes coast to coast to get the bucket. Surrey would love to slow the clock down and get to that foul line. What they'd really love to do is hit threes, and that's exactly what Princeton Onwas does in the corner. Lawrence, spot up three, buries it. 3 on the shot clock, got to pull the trigger. Gets it to fall, what a shot by Andrew Lawrence. And here goes Caledonia. 2-on-1, and Mike Bothwell says, you know what? I don't need another assist, I'll just take the bucket.
That ends a 12-0 run.
See what Caledonia can do here with the final 45 seconds. This time, he will not miss.
There you go, rocks it back and rocks it home.
Final seconds, and they're not going to get this one off, or will they? Yes, they will. Quick first step and just drives in there. Thought he got the bump. Nice pass. I don't even think that was intended for Alahadjit. It almost looked like he was looking for Frazier Malcolm in the corner, and Alahadjit said, you know what? I'll just take it.
Well,
Block there.
out.
This will be an easy layup for another 2. So that's how it will finish, 84-75, as the Caledonia Gladiators came out motivated in the second half here at their home arena, PlaySport Arena.
Nick Stampley now going to the left hand, got the extra elevation and one.
Floating for a second there. I don't know if he stepped on Defoe or what happened.
Johnson, the quick first step, drives again. This time he's fouled in the act, and he'll get the and one. JJ +1.
Look at that one, as high as it can go off the glass.
Well, they got numbers now, 3-on-1. Look out below as the alley-oop is connected. Edo Airlines flying in the sky.
He's taken over the game now for the Riders.
Roaming around that free throw line, playing off the top of the key, daring them to shoot, getting a steal.
Here we go, here we go,
time.
here we go! The king of South Sudan. That's what I like to call the high conversion rate.
Locked up to Sharma, who jams it in. Well, that's the second pass in a row from Nelson, and he throws it down hard.
Well, here we go. Oh, my goodness. Are you kidding me? The king of South Sudan flying.
Ramsey spins a tough mid-range 2, and he drains it. Nothing but net for DeVille Ramsey. Why not, he said.
Oh my goodness, that might be the 3 of the season. Check the footwork on that, Edie Johnson.
Look at the defense crashing. The blue jerseys just crushing the inside. Nice touch pass there, up and under, and a nice finish from Malcolm Delpeche.
Newcastle get a lot of joy, points in the paint. Stolen away. Johnson behind the back. Showtime! Tevin Ollison, 21 points personal, and that is the biggest lead of the game now.
Welcome back to Friday Night Hoops in the British Basketball League. We're all set for second half action, and a reminder that tonight's game is one of 7 games happening up and down the country this weekend. Of course, the Caledonia Gladiators came out on top over Surrey Scorchers last night. It's half-time in that game, well, almost half-time even, but in that game between Leicester and Sheffield. Sheffield with the lead on the road, and then 2 games coming up for you tomorrow and 2 games coming up for you on Sunday. Evan Walsh's side are taking on Surrey Scorchers at 5 p.m. Evan, preparations going well for that one?
We're locked in, ready to go.
You can watch that game over on the British Basketball League YouTube, along with every game live and on demand this season. Well, we're all set for second half action here at the Pavilions. One player, Evan, that we built up in the pre-game was TJ Atwood, certainly living up to that so far.
Yeah, we mentioned him at the top of the show. For Plymouth to have a chance at this game here, he was going to have a big game, and he's proven his point right now as to why he's got the most field goals in the league this year. That sweet spot in that mid-range, and here as he knocks down the 3 in transition, that's part of his game that he could really get better at. But yeah, it's really great to see him play well.
Well, can he inspire his team to a 5th league win of the season? Of course, it's a very similar scoreline, Evan, to when your Manchester Giants faced the Plymouth City Patriots a couple of weeks ago, and they really switched it on in the 3rd quarter when you guys met them that time.
Yeah, you know, when they're at home, they're a tough team to play, and especially surely this crowd will give them that extra boost that they might need to get over the line here tonight.
Well, 3rd quarter officially underway as Taj Green hands off with McGill. Austin looking to go downhill. Great pass into Defoe, and Larry Austin looking for some second chance points. Johnson on the wing, no good that time, and rebounded by TJ Atwood. First possession of the second half for Plymouth. Dusha calling for a screen from Levi. Working that 2-man game. Extra pass to Wiley. Great ball movement from the pass.
Yeah, if you're Paul James, you got to be happy with the Dusha to Levi ball screen. It always creates something good for the Patriots.
All tied up at 42 points apiece. Going to be a foul called on Joe Hart.
Ooh, tough call for that official to make there. I thought Joe Hart played great defense. Let's see if he gets him on the arm here on the replay.
Ooh, it's tough to tell from that angle, isn't it?
Well,
we get the benefit of being able to watch it back a couple of times.
For Joe Hart here, you've got to be happy with that defense. You know, it's tough for these officials to make these calls sometimes. It's very, very bang plays here. So, yeah, got to keep that aggressive nature going into the next play for him.
Well, it will send Ricky McGill to the line to shoot 2. It's their 11th and 12th trip to the free throw line this evening. They're shooting just over 80% as a team from the line tonight. And we spoke about in the build-up again how important it was for this Newcastle Eagles team to get to the free throw line.
Yeah, for sure. And with 12 attempts already on the game, and in comparison to Plymouth's 2, yeah, it's great for them to keep getting to the line and keep attacking them that way.
Going to be an offensive foul called on the pick and roll. I think it was called on Levi in the end.
Yeah, not sure he was set there. I think Dusha maybe used the screen a bit too early, and Levi's feet were still in motion towards the defensive player.
There you see him just shuffling on the screen. Easy call for the officials to make in the end.
Plymouth are firmly in this game, still with 13 turnovers. You've got to feel good if you're them, but you've got to...
Oh, what a block! And now Plymouth turning defense into offense. Dusha. Ball inside to Wiley. Has a mismatch of Johnson on him, and he ends up committing the foul.
Huge block there from Levi. Maybe someone that you don't expect to have great rim protection, but there he is. Sending it.
Well, he is a guy that is getting it done on both ends of the court for Plymouth City Patriots. What an addition he's been for them, a mid-season pickup.
Yeah, Paul James has got to be really happy with the addition of Levi. You know, he's a defensive anchor for this team, rebounds the ball on both ends and just finds himself in the right spot, you know. Not necessarily great from outside the D, but when he's in there and he gets the ball in the right spot, he's money.
Well, he spent his rookie season in the Netherlands last year, averaged 11 points, 11 rebounds a game for Yoast United. And the mid-range 2 is good for Joe Hart. And Plymouth tie the game at 44.
bread and butter shot there for Joe Hart. You know, he stepped in, shooter's touch.
Here's Johnson, round the back pass. This is a bread and butter shot for Darius Defoe, and his third mid-range two of the night.
Yeah, surely you'd be saying to Levi, you got to get out there. Maybe he doesn't understand the urgency of what Mr. 27 can bring in that mid-range.
But he is a guy that is super consistent for that mid-range jumper. And Darius Defoe, now 10 points so far tonight for him. Of course, he was rested on Tuesday night in the European North Basketball League. Had a very busy schedule, this Newcastle team. Oh, good ball movement from Plymouth, but it's stolen away by Austin.
Uh-oh.
Austin going downhill to the basket, scoops it up and in.
Great take for Austin. Can't let him get a full head of steam downhill like that.
Newcastle out to a 4-point lead. Atwood. Wiley from the foul line, knocks it down.
Plymouth hitting tough shots to stay in the game here. You've got to like that if you're Paul James.
Johnson splits the defense, kicks it out to McGill. Screen comes from Johnson. Pass inside to Defoe. Another mid-range two. This time rims out, and it's rebounded by Levi. Atwood to Hart. Hart for three. Drains it from downtown. And Plymouth City Patriots on top by one.
Great execution in the defensive transition. No, Newcastle were a bit out of sorts. Didn't quite know where their matchups were, and punished there by Joe Hart.
Johnson looking to respond at the other end, and he can't convert from deep. Atwood. Oh, it's stolen away. They've left Larry Austin open in transition. And the reverse layup is good off the glass.
Got to limit the easy ones that Newcastle get if they're active in their hands on the defensive end.
And for Plymouth City Patriots, it's their 15th turnover of the game. Nice pass into Levi and count it. And he'll go to the line for a three-point play.
Great attack there from Wiley. I'm not sure if the foul's called on Defoe on the pass or...
Yeah, it could have been called there. I think it might have been. The basket was good by Levi. Yeah, the official's going to talk over this one.
They might count the basket here.
They are counting the basket. So the foul's going to be called on... Oh, no, it's going to be end-line ball even. Because you can see the foul that was there from Defoe before the pass was made. So that basket from... you see it right there. So that basket from Spencer Levi will not count. And it will be baseline out of bounds for the Patriots. Foul called again away from the ball on the inbounds play. Seen that a couple of times tonight.
Referees having absolutely no tolerance for the hold right before the ball was inbounded. See Taj Green here playing defense with his hands behind his back.
Hart fakes the three. And finds Dusha on the wing. Screen from Atwood, another screen from Levi. Deep three from Dusha. Oh, he knocks it down.
Can't fall asleep on LVC Dusha. He does have unlimited range out there.
Good ball movement from Newcastle. Taj Green looking to respond at the other end. Another offensive rebound by the Newcastle Eagles. And Taj Green finishes.
Killer for the Patriots there. They bait Taj Green into a three-point shot, and then they don't finish the play on the defensive glass, and then it leads to an open layup.
Atwood inside. He can't convert around the basket. Austin brings it up over the timeline. Johnson. Defoe has position inside, looking to go to work on Levi. Turnaround jumper is good, and count it. And Darius Defoe will go to the line for a bonus.
Another timeless Darius Defoe move right there. Spencer Levi up in the air, finishes with the contact and one.
Oh, Darius Defoe really putting in a shift tonight. Of course, we mentioned he was rested on Tuesday night in the European North Basketball League, and certainly showing like that's done him a whole lot of good tonight, Evan.
Yeah, he's got those fresh legs. A couple of the guys maybe a little bit tired from Tuesday night. He said, no, I'm here, I'm ready to play tonight.
He spoke about the number of pieces of silverware that he's won. 27 pieces, 27 major titles with the Eagles. Now his 20th season in the British Basketball League. Incredible. Can't convert on the three-point play, though. Approaching the midway point of the third quarter. All tied up at 54. Hart's mid-range two is good.
Plymouth keep applying pressure. They're getting easy shots right now. Newcastle look like had a whack on the defensive end.
Green hands off with Ward Hibbert. Screen from Green. Ward Hibbert looked like he went up and down with it there. Green looking to back down Wiley. What a finish. Strong move and a strong finish.
Big man move there from Taj Green with the right-handed hook.
Wiley driving up against Defoe. Kicks it out to Copeland.
I want to see Copeland get involved here in the third quarter. He had a good first half and hope to carry that momentum through in this unit where Faulkner's not playing and TJ Atwood's had a extensive role in this first half. He's got to join in on the offensive barrage for the Patriots.
Well, Copeland had 11 first half points off the bench. He hasn't scored yet in this third quarter. We'll send Joe Hart to the free throw line.
This is great signs for the Patriots. You know, they've got Newcastle into the bonus here with 5 minutes to go. That's their third attempt from the free throw line this game. So hopefully they can add more to that tally in the last 5 minutes of this quarter.
And that was a key for us. You know, we spoke about that, the free throw shooting, and you like to feel that, you know, what does that do for you as a player when you can get a team in the bonus that early?
For someone like me, I mean, it's great. I sort of like coming off the bench, and sometimes if I'm coming in with 5 minutes left in the quarter, there's 3, 4, maybe 5 fouls left on that count, and then I know that if I'm being ultra aggressive and direct in my moves, that regardless of what's going to happen, I'm going to end up at that free throw line.
5 minutes to go in the third. Here's McGill. Screen comes from Ward Hibbert. McGill looking to go left. Settles for a mid-range 2 off the back iron.
See, great one-on-one defense there by Copeland. That's how we can get his team involved.
Almost stolen away by Taj Green. Looking for Wiley inside. It's going to be a foul called on the floor. And as you say, Newcastle are in the penalty, so there will be a pair of free throws coming up for Wiley. The free throws will be coming up, though, after the break. Welcome back to Plymouth for the first of 2 home games for the Plymouth City Patriots this weekend. Of course, in action tonight against the Newcastle Eagles, but also they host the Leicester Riders on Sunday for a 3 p.m. tip-off. And it is a 2-point lead for them right now. Wiley, a chance to extend that here from the foul line for Coach Paul James' side. He knocks down the first. And Evan, we've seen it with Plymouth. It's important for them to keep the concentration levels high for the last 15 minutes or so of this game.
Yeah, no doubt. You know, Plymouth have put themselves in a strong position here in the third quarter. Let's see if they can see it out.
A 3-point lead for the Patriots. Here's McGill. Top to Defoe. Green looking for it inside. Ends up with Austin. Austin fakes it, drives inside. What a move! And the great finish by Larry Austin.
Slicing and dicing, he knows exactly where that space is. Great right-handed finish from Austin.
Cuts it down to a 1-point game. Atwood thought about the 3, puts it on the floor. Can't finish inside though. And the ball trickles out of bounds. Larry Austin couldn't quite save it from going out of play.
Great hustle there from Austin, yes. I think his foot was right on that line as he tried to save it. But here, look, jabs right, goes left, jumps through the two defenders and finishes right-handed off the glass.
Well, he really has been putting the team on his back in this second half, Larry Austin. Stusha's inbound. Ball into Atwood. Great defense by Defoe. Atwood again can't convert, and a rebound ends up with Taj Green. Inside 4 minutes to go in the third. Green calling for it inside. It's going to be a foul called against TJ Atwood.
Tough one there from TJ. He was trying to hold him out, get him out of that space, but I think he hooked his arm in there and Ed was all over it.
Well, Atwood will take a seat. Green will return to the game for Plymouth. It's been quite a quiet game for Green tonight. Yet to get on the score sheet for them, and he certainly is a threat from downtown.
No doubt, yeah. He's one of those ones that if he scores his first one, it's a long day for you. If you can make that first one for him difficult, then he might struggle to find his way into the game.
Ward Hibbert's reverse layup is good, and that gives Newcastle a 1-point lead. Back and forth here at the Plymouth Pavilions. Here's Green. Backing down Austin, great defense, and it's stolen away by Austin.
Here he is, semi-transition.
Oh, blocked by Wiley. And he tried that move for the second time there, and Wiley was savvy to it.
Wiley said, I saw you do that move last possession, bro, and you're not going to get it this time. If you're Mark Stewart here, you've got to be happy with this. You know, you sort of feel like Plymouth had the momentum going for the third quarter, but they're up one in this game.
Ward Hibbert fakes the three, drives inside to the hole, puts it off the glass, rattles around and can't get the drop.
Great move there, tough finish. Rims out.
Dusha swings to Wiley. Now here's Joe Hart, back top to Dusha, shot clock at 10. Dusha coming off the screen, nowhere to go, finds Copeland for three, knocks it down, Cam Copeland.
That man again. He's come to play here now in the second half. Maybe that sparks him to keep going.
That's his first made field goal of the third quarter. 11 first half points for Plymouth. Now gets his tally up to 14. Defoe looking to respond. Can't get the finish. Gets the offensive rebound though. And he'll put it in on the follow.
This is what you got to do. You got to run him off that mid-range spot, but you got to come up with that defensive rebound if you're Plymouth. You'll be kicking yourself about that one.
That's a great read by Defoe as well. I mean, you see him knocking down those mid-range twos early in the game, and you know, when you start to hit those on a consistent basis, it's just one fake is all it needs to get the defense to bite on that.
Yeah, Wiley, he's a shot blocker too. You got to know that he's going to be biting on any of those fakes.
Here's Wiley at the three-point line. Oh, it's knocked loose by Defoe. It will stay with Plymouth, but 7 seconds on the shot clock.
Look at him. Defoe's looking like a guard out there, moving his feet, getting deflections in the lane. Mr. 27.
Certainly throwing back the years tonight. Dusha lobbed inside. Wiley can't finish. And here come the Newcastle Eagles. Austin out to Whitfield for three. I think Copeland might have got a piece on that one.
Copeland, yep, he got his fingertips on that one. It's a good shot from Whitfield, but yeah, tough block there from Copeland. He's got those long arms. Great contest.
See it, and yeah, just got a great block by Copeland. You saw a bit of frustration starting to build up for Larry Austin on that replay as well. Here's Wiley, closely guarded by Ward Hibbert. Oh, great defense, and it's stolen away. Another turnover for the Patriots. Ward Hibbert to the basket. Oh, coast-to-coast defense.
Another back-to-back block segment there from Copeland.
Here's end-to-end stuff. Copeland, a couple of blocks in the last 2 possessions, and that time chasing it down on the defensive end.
Yeah, only 1 made field goal for him in his second half, but he's had a steal and 2 big blocks here for the Plymouth City Patriots.
Inside the final 2 minutes of the third quarter, game is still hanging in the balance. course, Plymouth coming in off that defeat to Surrey last weekend. That game went down to the wire. You've certainly started to see the performances improve from this Plymouth team. The question is, can they finish it off here in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, I think for Plymouth, it's not about their effort. It's definitely not about their effort. You can see that they're really locked in. They're making extra defensive plays. But it's about their concentration. You know, when it comes down to the nitty-gritty of the game, execution. And I think that's a technical foul here on Ricky McGill, or a substitution error, maybe.
It looked like a substitute came onto the court before they were invited onto the court there, so it will send Cam Copeland to the line to shoot the tech hit. And in tight games like this could be crucial.
Yeah, you hate to see that as a coach and as a player. You know, in these tight games, it can be all the difference.
Well, Copeland makes no mistakes on the technical free throw. And now McGill will check into the game. Larry Austin also checks out. Taj Green back into the game for Mark Stoutel's side.
Yeah, and if you're Plymouth, you've got to be really happy with how you've only kept Jordan Johnson to just 5 points. He's had his looks, he's missed them. And I think that if you're Plymouth, you just got to hope and pray that he doesn't come out in the fourth quarter thinking he's going to go for his average.
And also the Plymouth City Patriots, they're 1 point up, and you look at the turnover count. I mean, 17 turnovers for them as a team, and usually when you commit that many turnovers, it can be a long night for you. But they've certainly been able to. A lot of it is down to their transition defense.
Yeah, they've had some very sloppy plays, but maybe they haven't been live ball turnovers as much as you would expect it to convert into points. And here, Larry Austin, I think, gets called for the offensive foul. Tough one for him. I mean, he plays so aggressive that sometimes these things do happen.
You can see the frustration for him. It's going to be his third personal foul. You see just pushing off there on a Dangakodo. And you can see his reaction to the call as well.
Oh, excuse me, no offensive foul. Travel. He did shuffle his feet down there after he picked up the ball. Unfortunate for him, but definitely shuffled his feet.
Well, it will be Plymouth ball. Just over a minute and a half to play in this third quarter. Paul James's side holding on to a 1 point lead. Nice pass, and Dangakodo finishes.
Cameron Copeland with the dime for Dangakodo, who finishes easy off the glass.
And again, Plymouth able to get back on the defense in transition, and Joe Hart knocks it out of play.
Yeah, they've done a really good job of negating Newcastle's fast break opportunities, even on made baskets.
Here's McGill. Splits the defense into a double team. It's going to be a foul called against Jules Dangakodo.
Tough one there for Plymouth to give up, and I think McGill's going to go to the line here with 1:09 left in the quarter.
Chance for him to make it a 1 point game with just over a minute to go in the third. And you can see it here on the replay. Right there.
Ooh, maybe a little shove on the hip, but good sell overall from McGill.
Well, Ricky McGill, 10 points, 4 assists so far tonight in this one. Chance for him to make it 1 point game from the line. It's all set up for a great fourth quarter at the Plymouth Pavilions.
This is what we wanted to see from the Plymouth City Patriots, you know, just being gritty every single possession.
Oh, it's blocked by Delpesh. But Plymouth City Patriots get it back. Delpesh again gets his hands on it. And it will stay with the Pats.
Got to be happy there. Block swatted straight off the backboard and then gets the deflection to negate the easy layup for the Patriots.
Look at the block count from both teams. 12 blocks between the two teams. Been a block party out there.
It's been a highlight reel out there. Huge rim protection from both teams.
Very low scoring game tonight in Plymouth. Under a minute to go in the third. Here's Lever. Floats it up, can't get it to go. Offensive rebound. The shot clock's gone off here.
Another block from Taj Green. That 3 or 4 on the night for him.
Incredible. Both teams as well. And I felt like the shot clock had gone off there. I'm not sure if the ball had gone off the rim or not.
I think he got it off in time, and Joe Hart was able to secure that offensive rebound, which would have reset it to 14.
Copeland for 3 off the back iron. Rebound.
Another offensive rebound for Patriots.
Copeland swings to Dangakodo. Looking for Levi inside, but ends up with Hart. Hart steps on the baseline. Another turnover for Plymouth.
Scrappy 40 seconds there from both teams hustling for the ball. Tough for Plymouth not to get even a shot up there in that possession in the end.
And in low-scoring games like this, as we approach the fourth quarter, every possession is going to count here, approaching the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, no doubt. It's got to be a conceded effort, right, to be very, very strong on the execution here going down the stretch.
It's going to be a foul called against Plymouth, and of course both teams are in the penalty, so a pair of free throws coming up for McGill, and a chance for his side to retake the lead going into the fourth.
Yeah, silly foul there from Copeland. You know, McGill's very comfortable at the line tonight. He's already got 9 attempts up, going for his 10th and 11th.
And again, this is the team that we spoke about in the build-up, that they shoot a lot of free throws. They have that backcourt, and as part of that backcourt, I mean, all 3 of them, McGill, Johnson and Larry Austin, they have that ability to get to the line, draw in double teams, and that makes them extremely dangerous.
Yeah, they just keep going, you know. When it's not Johnson, it's not McGill, it's Austin. So very tough to stay in front of these guys.
And McGill unable to convert on the first. Chance for him to make it a 1-point game. And the second is good. Shot clock is turned off here. Last possession of the third quarter. So Dangakodo will wind this one down. Screen from Levi. Dangakodo looking to split the defense. Off balance 2, rattles around the rim, can't get it to go. Rebound for Delpesh. Still 2 seconds to go in the third. And that will do it for the end of the third quarter. Plymouth holding on to the lead. We'll have fourth quarter action coming up for you after the break. It's crunch time in Plymouth. Just 10 minutes left in this one. We are all set for a jam-packed fourth quarter. All tied up at 65 points apiece. Green open for 3, can't get it to go. Long rebound falls to Johnson. Here's McGill now. Guarded closely by Hart. Ricky McGill, step back to top 3. We've got ourselves a wedgie.
Great defense there from Joe Hart, keeping the arguably quicker, more dynamic McGill right in front of him. Contested three-point shot.
Well, you don't see Wedgie too often. I think we've seen 2 this weekend. But big possessions coming up for both teams now. And we spoke about these low-scoring games, important for both teams to take full advantage. And if the game stays low-scoring like it is right now, which team do you feel it's more suited towards?
Oh, tough question there. You know, you gotta think that the home team are more comfortable here in this position, but you can never count out the Newcastle Eagles.
Oh, Johnson's 3 is off, and his poor shooting night continues. Here's Levi. Finds Hart. Hart into Levi, all the way to the hole, off the glass and in. And Plymouth take the lead.
Great little find there by Hart. He found the pocket of space for Levi to roll into and send him straight to the basket.
There's going to be a foul called against the Patriots. And again, if they're not stopping the transition basketball from Newcastle, they're committing that foul almost like in the semi-transition off a score. And it's forcing Newcastle to play half-court basketball here. Green open for 3, overcooks the triple. Rebound battered around and ends up in the hands of Atwood.
That's what Plymouth have to come up with, those weird misses that come off the rim or the backboard. Funny, they need to make sure they're securing those defensive rebounds.
Green's 3 is off. Johnson out to Whitfield in the corner. He knocks it down.
Whitfield, he's a three-point specialist. Can't leave him open.
He's now up to 5 points off the bench for Mark Stutel's side, and that is a massive 3 to retake the lead. Dangakodo fakes it, floats it up, floats it in. And now Plymouth retake the lead.
Back and forth action here in Plymouth.
Johnson fakes it. Nice pass into Delpesh. Can't quite get a hold of it. Does well to save it from going out of play. Another 3 from Whitfield. There's Taj Green on the follow. Another opportunity, and it's blocked by Levi. Here's Whitfield once again. Johnson into Delpesh with the two-handed jam.
The chaos leads to a thunderous jam there from Delpesh. Great way to finish the offense there for the Eagles.
Yeah, it certainly was scrappy play. I mean, 2-3 second chance opportunities that time for Newcastle. And you feel that this game is going to come down to possessions just like that. Ball into Levi. Here's Green now on the wing. He just steps on the sideline. And Plymouth City Patriots, their 19th turnover of the game.
Tough one to give away there, especially Green. He's a three-point shooter. He missed the last one, but if you're a coach, you want him to shoot that ball, and then he jabs and steps right out of bounds, and you hate to see that for the Patriots.
Well, Newcastle ahead by 1. 7.5 minutes to go in the game. Johnson to the basket, does well to draw the foul. And that's exactly what we spoke about earlier on in the game. Jordan Johnson not having a particularly good night from the field, but when he's got that ability to get to the foul line.
Yeah, his foot speed is up there with the best in the league, you know, and he's deceptively strong for that small stature he's got, and yeah, finds a way to get straight to the top of the rim.
He shoots the most free throws in the league this season, Jordan Johnson. Able to knock down the first. And sometimes when you're not shooting the ball well from the field, do you feel that, you know, as a player, that if you can see the ball go through the rim on the foul shots, it sort of builds that confidence for you?
Yeah, no doubt. If you struggle to find rhythm in the game, you know, if you get a couple free ones, it's got to capitalise on making sure that ball goes through the net.
Well, he's unable to capitalise on the second. Here's Dangakodo, fakes the 3, drives inside, Euro step. Can't get it to go. Levi fighting for the rebound, and it ends up in the hands of Delpesh, and he travels with it.
Yeah, and didn't manage to get the ball down on the floor before he took 2 or 3 steps, maybe.
It's one of those ones, isn't it, where the ball just gets caught up, and then able to put the ball on the floor, and you see it. Handles on the ball, 1, 2, 3. There you see it.
Yeah, he tried to get the ball to his guard, Johnson, there, but just, yeah, the hand from, I think, Levi kind of got in the way.
Well, Plymouth will get this one back. Chance for them to tie or take the lead with a 3. Dangakodo up against Johnson, now finds Green, going past the other Green, and he gets it to go and count it.
Great floater there from Green. He gets ran off the line by Taj Green and stops right before the help defense and floats it up for 2.
Well, Green's been fairly quiet throughout the game. That's his first made field goal of this one. But what a time to come alive in the fourth quarter when the game matters the most.
Yeah, no doubt. Got a chance here to go up by 1.
He converts on the three-point play. And now Plymouth retake the lead. The lead's been swinging back and forth between these two teams all night long. McGill for 3, drains it.
Yeah, can't stop short on that closeout. You know, Dan Kodo goes out there, his hands are down, your hands have got to be up. You've got to expect McGill to be pulling the trigger on that.
And it's just those lapses in concentration that could prove costly in this game. Here's Atwood, finds Dangakodo, screened from Green. Dangakodo has a mismatch. Mid-range 2, no good, but another offensive rebound for the Plymouth City Patriots. Green fires up a triple off the back iron. Spencer Levi, what a pass!
What a dive!
And he gets it to go for 2. Incredible!
If that's not in the top 10 players of the week, then I'd know what is.
Spencer Levi just saving it from going out of play. Here's Johnson the other way, finds McGill. He's just made a 3 on the last possession. This time going to the basket, and he will earn himself a trip to the free throw line.
Yeah, great move there from McGill, putting the Plymouth City Patriots under some real harm. You know, they weren't matched up properly. Here's that play again. Levi behind the back, right to Atwood, who gets the easy 2.
And those game-saving plays that could prove costly down the stretch. And what a pass from Spencer Levi after the offensive rebound.
Yeah, that's Levi there saying, I knew you was there. I knew you was there the whole time. I got eyes in the back of my head.
Well, Spencer Levi, 10 points, 5 rebounds for him, 3 of those on the offensive end. And the free throw is no good from the Newcastle Eagles. Now just 14 for 20 as a team from the foul line. In tight games like this, it's these free ones that, again, could prove costly. McGill, no mistakes on the second. 17 points now for Ricky McGill.
Plymouth here with no LVC Dusha on the court. You've got to think that he's coming back in the game soon.
Here's Joe Hart, guarded by Johnson. Swings to Atwood. Dangakodo, Hart leaking out to the corner. And his last touch by the Patriots. And that will be the Patriots' 20th turnover of this game, as Jules Dangakodo takes a seat.
Yeah, that's lapses in concentration there for the Patriots. They've got 20 turnovers and they're down 2 points. If they can clean it up in this next 5 minutes 30, you've got to think they've got a great chance of getting this one over the line.
Big possession for Newcastle. Johnson to the basket, can't get it to go. No foul given, says the referee.
Johnson's normally so good in those situations. It seemed he just lost that concentration. Maybe he was expecting the foul call.
Here's Atwood now. Hands off to Green. Top to Dusha. Levi rolling to the basket. Great pass. And Levi able to draw the foul.
You see, he pump faked the open layup because he knew that rim protection was coming. Luckily, he got fouled. But look, he had the open layup and turned it down and went for the contested one instead, trying to get it the hard way.
Quite a wise decision in the end, because there's been blocks at both ends of the court tonight. And he will earn himself a trip to the free throw line.
Yeah, you see that, 14 blocks between the two teams. Some crazy rim protection tonight.
Levi can't convert on the foul line. And again, both teams leaving points at the charity stripe.
Yeah, if you're the Patriots, you've got to be upset with that. Levi shoots 28% from the free throw line on the season. He had an open layup and they've come away with 0 points from that possession in the end.
Frustrating trip down the court for Plymouth. Inside the final 5 minutes of the fourth. McGill splits the defense. Great move. And Ricky McGill is cooking.
What a move from McGill. He knew exactly how to attack that ball screen.
4-point lead now for Newcastle, and Levi halves the lead, down to 2.
Dusha, Levi connection on the ball screen is always good for the Patriots.
Johnson. Skip pass out to Defoe. Back to Johnson, shot clock at 10. Johnson slicing inside, nice pass, and Larry Austin says thank you very much.
Can't lose him. 4.5 minutes to go, and Larry Austin just came back in the game and right where he left off.
Atwood out to Dusha, back inside to Atwood. Backing down McGill. Atwood nowhere to go. Puts it up. Wild shot in the end. And here's Jordan Johnson in the open floor. Johnson to the basket, draws the foul. And he will earn himself a trip to the free throw line. Chance to put his team on top by 6. And he'll have a pair of free throws coming up right after the break. Welcome back to the pavilions where it's crunch time down in Plymouth as the Patriots trailing by 4 points despite committing 20 turnovers in this game. And they are still within striking distance, Evan.
Yeah, Newcastle have just left that the door slightly ajar. You know, Plymouth, if they have a really conceded effort here in the next 4 minutes, they might be able to steal this one.
Well, big free throws coming up for Jordan Johnson, who has struggled from the field tonight, but he's been able to earn trips to the foul line. And that's where he is at his best. You know, we saw him going out in the open court, able to draw that contact and get his 2 points the old-fashioned way as he knocks down both. And this is a 6-point lead now for the Newcastle Eagles. It's their biggest of the game. Ball into Levi. Hands off with Dusha. Swings to Atwood. His three's off the mark. Rebound falls to McGill. There's going to be a foul called against Copeland.
Another foul on McGill. I think that's 9 fouls he's managed to draw this game, and that's going to send him to the line with them in the bonus.
And it's these moments right now, isn't it, Evan, where we spoke about concentration and switching off. We saw Plymouth last week take Surrey right the way down to the wire and just switched off in those last few possessions. Important for them to not have the same thing happen here tonight.
Yeah, they've got to find a way to pull themselves out of that rut. You know, this team have managed to lose games in the last 4 minutes a lot this season, and it seems to be a trend.
Well, they're going to take this, these free throws again here. And Coach Dootle just having words with the official. And from a Newcastle point of view, I mean, they've started to see players return from injury. And of course, if they can hold on for the win here tonight, it'll be their 4th straight win in all competitions, if you include that Tuesday night win in the European North Basketball League. And as you say, with players coming back to full strength, plenty of time for them to make a charge up into the top 4.
If you're Mark Stewart, you've got to love the position that your team are in right now. You've got guys coming back from injury. You've made the playoffs in the ENBL, and you've got to think that you can really make a push for 2nd and 3rd place.
Well, there's still 3.5 minutes to go in this 4th quarter. Still plenty of time for Plymouth to mount a comeback here. Green for 3. Off the back iron. Rebound secured by Ward Hibbert.
Got to get back here in transition.
Ward Hibbert to the basket. Oh, it's blocked by Wiley. And Copeland comes the other way in transition for 3. And he overcooks the triple.
Huge rejection there from Wiley, but you've got to convert there. A couple really bad misses from the Patriots, ones that haven't even seen the rim.
Austin out to Defoe. Finds Johnson. Hands off with McGill. Shot clock down to 6. Calling for a screen from Defoe. McGill for 3. No good that time. Rebound secured by Plymouth.
Plymouth got to capitalise here. They've got a good stop on defence. What can they get?
Wiley going coast to coast. Great hands by Darius Defoe. And Wiley was looking for a foul in there, but Defoe able to knock the ball out of bounds.
Tough decision here for the referee to make in real time. Looks like he got arm and ball. Wouldn't be too happy with that if I was Wiley.
Dusha to inbound. Into Atwood. Hands back to Dusha. He's got 8 assists so far tonight. Dusha backing down Johnson. Off the glass and in.
And that's the type of shot that you want to get if you're the Patriots here. Atwood in the post against Jordan Johnson. That's money.
We had a mismatch inside and took full advantage. And now Plymouth City Patriots once again are in striking distance. 2.5 minutes left in this one. Newcastle using every second of the shot clock. McGill going baseline, out to Johnson for 3. And the offensive rebound is secured by Ward Hibbert.
Killer for the Patriots there.
McGill, second chance opportunity for Newcastle. Shot clock down to 5. Johnson dancing his way through and draws the foul and count it. And what a dagger that is from Jordan Johnson. And he will go to the line for a bonus.
Can never count him out. He's had a struggle. He's had a struggle with a night, but here he gets Wiley up in the air on the bump, makes the jumper.
And we spoke about it earlier on, but quiet game through the first 3 quarters and has really taken over the game in the 4th.
Yeah, don't ever count this guy out with 9 assists, now 10 points, going for his 11. Timeout here from Paul James.
And just like that, I mean, you see the lead has just ballooned for Newcastle. It's their biggest lead of the game now. If you coach Paul James, what do you think the topic of conversation is going to be in this timeout?
Yeah, for Paul James, you've got to get some certain shots. You've had a couple decent looks in transition that haven't quite hit the mark, and you've got some mismatch potential opportunities here. So a draw up maybe for TJ Atwood in the post, or even a Cam Copeland 3.
And you feel that they need to play with a real sense of urgency in these last 2 minutes because, you know, just 4 league wins this season. You see that pack in the middle of the championship standings all fighting for playoff positioning, and if they can work their way back into this one, it could be an important win for them. It's sort of do or die now for them in terms of their playoff hopes.
Yeah, no doubt. They've played really well against teams for about 3 quarters and a half most of the way, and it seems like the end of the 4th kind of gets the better of them, and it can't just be about offense here. You can't just trade baskets with this Newcastle Eagles team. You've got to commit on the defensive end.
And from a Newcastle Eagles point of view, I mean, important for them to really use the clock here. The clock is their friend with just over 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, maybe doesn't necessarily favour their play style, but they've got some really strong veterans on the court right now in Darius Defoe, and obviously Jordan Johnson is yeah, very, very strong in this position. So got to fancy their chances from here on out.
Well, it's going to get to the point where I'm going to ask you for your player of the game very soon, Evan. And if you're watching the game on YouTube, leave a comment in the comments section. Let us know who you think should be player of the game in this one. And if you are watching on YouTube, make sure you like, comment and subscribe as well. Don't miss a minute of the British Basketball League action this season. Jordan Johnson, called as you like, knocks down the bonus free throw. And just like that, the lead is out to 9. Dusha, screen from Wiley. Important possession now for Plymouth. Green driving baseline. Turnaround fade away, can't get it to go. And good defense by Newcastle.
Yeah, but poor offense there from the Patriots. They've just come out of a timeout, and you get a turnaround mid-range shot there from Green, something that Paul James is not going to be happy with.
And Ricky McGill, he goes the other end, puts it in. And they've really been able to execute down the stretch and create that separation.
Yeah, the wheels are fully falling off the bus here now for the Plymouth City Patriots, and McGill straight through the gap and one.
You know, that must be so frustrating for Coach Paul James, because you're playing some great basketball through 3 quarters, and then when it comes to crunch time, just unable to execute on offense, and we've seen a couple of lapses on the defensive end for them as well, some open backdoor plays. Must be really frustrating for Plymouth fans.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough watch sometimes. You know, you play so well for such long periods of the game, and then you get down to the nitty-gritty of it, and you just can't convert.
And what do you think that the key to this is? I mean, you know, they've had a lot of moving parts. You feel like they're just starting to find rhythm with Copeland coming into the team and Levi doing his business on the offensive glass, but just not able to execute down the stretch.
Yeah, and you see another turnover there. Just almost seems like they're just not in sync. You know, some guys just maybe are thinking about other things. I don't know. Maybe it's just their own personal performance and not trying to get whatever it takes for the team to get a win on the board.
Well, Newcastle are going to use every second of this shot clock here as Jordan Johnson directs traffic. He's closely guarded by Alvisi Dusha. Screen comes from Ward Hibbert. Open three for Larry Austin. It's way off the mark, and it's rebounded by Copeland. Wiley, mid-range two is good. Need to get stops here, the Plymouth City Patriots, trailing by 10.
See, that's a great shot for the Plymouth City Patriots, but I think it's just a little bit too late for them.
McGill. Shot clock at 10. Again, looking to eat up some of this clock. McGill floats it up, rolls around the rim, can't get the drop. And it's going to be a foul called on Ricky McGill. And with Plymouth in the bonus. Oh, it would just be the 14th foul even on Newcastle. I beg your pardon. Timeout's called on the floor by the Plymouth City Patriots again, trailing by 10. Of course, they travel. They host Leicester Riders on Sunday, and you know, if this lead is too much to overcome in these last 50 seconds, important for them to maybe go out on a high on this one going into their next home game this weekend.
Right, yeah, you want to build some good habits, you know. You don't want to continue to lose the game in this next 50-odd seconds or so. But yeah, you want to build some good habits going into the next game.
And just a word on Newcastle. I mean, you look down the score sheet, Ricky McGill has really taken over this one. 25 points, been able to draw 10 fouls as well. Just incredible.
Yeah, I mean, Ricky McGill, he feels really comfortable in this arena. He's played here before, you know, I'm sure he wanted to have a big game. Yeah, absolute nightmare in transition.
You see, there's the rest of the scorers for Newcastle tonight. It's going to be their 4th straight win in all competitions if they can hold on for these last 50 seconds. And you feel that momentum with the players coming back to full strength is really starting to show just how deep this Newcastle Eagles team is this season.
No doubt. Great time to be an Eagles fan.
Well, it's going to be Plymouth to inbound here from the sideline. Here's Dusha. Ball into Copeland, hands off with Dusha. He's got an open lane, kicks out to Green. Step back three on the way. Can't get it to go. An offensive rebound secured by Wiley. And ball is going to be staying with the Plymouth City Patriots, say the referee. Well, Plymouth City Patriots are going to pick up another loss here in front of their home crowd, and the turnovers have really cost them in the end. Here is Green. Good defense by Ward Hibbert. There's around a 3-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's McGill. Screen comes from Defoe. McGill looking to drive inside, floats it up, floats it in. And he caps off what has been a perfect game for him. Newcastle Eagles have come out on top in this one by 12 points on the road down in Plymouth. It was a close game through 3 quarters, but Newcastle Eagles have really come alive in the 4th quarter. They've outscored the Plymouth City Patriots by 10, and Evan Walsh, a big win for them in the end.
Huge result here for Mark Stuttle and the Eagles, you know, coming down hostile environment down in Plymouth. Longest journey they're going to have all year. And they managed to put 90 points up again on Plymouth for the 4th time this year.
And his side sweep the season series over the Plymouth City Patriots, 4 games to nothing. And with players returning to full strength for his side, what does this win do for confidence, enable him to continue this momentum up the league table now?
Yeah, they're rolling right now, and they got to feel good that they can get it done in all different ways. You know, Jordan Johnson doesn't have the best game, but look, you've got McGill, Austin, and even Darius Defoe being in those top scorers for the game.
And let's talk about Ricky McGill. He gets your player of the game here tonight. What an incredible performance from him in the end.
Yeah, no doubt. On Ricky McGill's return to the pavilions, he's got 27 points, 4 assists, 3 steals, and with all of that being said, he finished the game with 0 turnovers. Excellent game from him.
Well, he certainly took care of the basketball tonight. His team taking care of the win as Newcastle Eagles continue their charge up the British Basketball League standings. Here's a look at the match stats from tonight's game in the end. And Evan, we look at the turnover count there. 22 turnovers proved just too costly for Plymouth in the end.
Yeah, they were just too sloppy with the ball in the end. They shot a good percentage from 2, but 22 turnovers means that Newcastle get way more possessions. And also on the free throw line, you know, Newcastle 81% with 27 attempts. That keeps them way ahead.
They won the rebound battle 51 to 37, but were still able to come up short. And again, it's just down to that concentration down the stretch, do you feel?
Yeah, it just seems that it was all going so smoothly, and then in those last 5 to 4 minutes, you know, they just struggled to get the good shots and the right shots they were looking for.
Well, it has been a fantastic win for the Newcastle Eagles. 92 points to 80, the final score on the road down in Plymouth. Of course, there's plenty of action still to come this weekend. There's 6 minutes to go in the game between Leicester and Sheffield. Leicester have retaken the lead here at home over the Sharks. And then, of course, tomorrow night, don't forget a big doubleheader coming your way. Surrey Scorchers are hosting Evan Walsh's Manchester Giants. Bristol Flyers are hosting the London Lions. And then on Sunday, Plymouth back in action. They take on the Leicester Riders, and the trophy champions Cheshire Phoenix take on the Caledonia Gladiators. Big rivalry game there as well. Don't forget, you can watch every game on YouTube this season. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe. Here's a look at what that win does for the British Basketball League standings, and Newcastle Eagles continuing their charge at the table, now up to 14 wins on the season, up into the top 4. Meanwhile, Plymouth City Patriots still looking for their 5th league win of the season in a disappointing 4th quarter against the Newcastle Eagles. Well, Evan, that's going to do it for our coverage here tonight. It's a big win in the end for the Newcastle Eagles. Just your final thoughts on the performance by them as a whole?
Yeah, they were resilient. You know, they didn't always have the momentum in the game, but they managed to come out on top with that last 27 to 15 quarter. You've got to be happy if you're Mark Stewart.
Well, it's been a huge performance for Newcastle Eagles on the road. They pick up a big win down at the Plymouth Pavilions, and that's going to do it for our coverage here this evening. Evan, thank you so much for joining us here on the British Basketball League studios tonight. I hope you enjoyed your first commentary here this evening. And yeah, well, thank you to you at home for tuning in. I hope to see you again for tomorrow night's action. But until then, he's Evan Walsh and I'm Joel Osborne saying so long, and we'll see you next time. Nice in and out.